Are you chasing? Let's be honest with ourselves. In this quiet moment, the initial thrill of the game is long gone, isn't it? The fun has evaporated, replaced by something much darker. You are no longer playing to win. You are playing to get back to zero. You are in a deep hole, and your only strategy, the only action that your mind will allow, is to dig faster. This is the chase. It is the most dangerous and soul-destroying phase of any gambling addiction, and right now, you are in the heart of it. The chase is a psychological quicksand. It is a state of mind where all reason, all logic, all of your long-term goals are sacrificed for one singular desperate obsession: to erase the mistake, to undo the loss, to get back to even. Every bet you place is not a wager on a future gain. It is a frantic attempt to rewrite the past. But the past cannot be rewritten, and the quicksand only pulls you deeper with every struggle. You are caught in a loop of your own making, and the bottom is falling out. But what if, in the middle of this slippery slope, you could find a piece of solid rock? What if there was a way to stop sliding, to plant your feet, to catch your breath, and to find your footing? This is the promise of Stoic philosophy. It is not a magical ladder that will lift you out of the hole instantly. It is the ancient, timeless wisdom that teaches you how to stop digging, how to find solid ground within yourself, and how to begin the slow, arduous, but profoundly noble climb back into the light. Grabbing hold of that first piece of rock takes immense will. If you are tired of sliding, if your soul is crying out for solid ground, then consider this moment your chance to find it. Subscribe to this channel and like this video. Think of this action as grabbing a lifeline. This community is a safety rope, a collection of fellow climbers who understand the struggle. Your support helps us secure this rope for the next person who feels themselves slipping into the abyss. Our journey today will have two stages. First, we must look directly into the heart of the chase. We must dissect the irrational but incredibly powerful mindset that keeps you digging, that keeps you sliding down the slope. We must understand the enemy within. Then once we have seen the trap for what it is, we will lay out the Stoic path forward. The practical step-by-step guide to finding your footing and beginning the steady, determined climb out of the hole and out of the gambling debt that has held you captive. Let us begin by diagnosing the psychology of the chase. It is fueled, first and foremost, by the unbearable pain of regret. The number in your head, the amount of your losses, is not just a number. It is a monument to a mistake. It's a source of constant searing shame. The mind cannot bear this feeling, and so it concocts a fantasy, the fantasy that this mistake can be undone. The chase is not a financial strategy. It is a desperate psychological attempt to turn back time. This attempt to reverse the past is given a veneer of logic by a powerful cognitive bias known as the gambler's fallacy. This is the irrational belief that past random events must influence future random events. Your mind, desperate for a reason to continue, tells you a lie. I have lost so many times in a row, I am due for a win. The wheel has been red 10 times, it must be black soon. This fallacy provides the false intellectual permission you need to place the next, ever more desperate bet. This irrationality is then supercharged by a fundamental feature of our psychological wiring: loss aversion. Decades of research have shown that the pain of a loss is roughly twice as powerful as the pleasure of an equivalent gain. When you are chasing, you are no longer playing for the mild pleasure of a win. You are playing to erase the immense, agonizing pain of your accumulated losses. This makes you willing to take bigger, more reckless, and more catastrophic risks than you ever would have in the beginning. The chase is also a form of escape. As long as you are in the action, as long as your mind is consumed by the next bet, you do not have to face the devastating reality of your situation. You do not have to think about the bills you cannot pay, the lies you have told, or the crushing weight of your shame. The spin of the wheel is a temporary anesthetic for the pain of your life, and so you keep betting not just to win back the money, but to stave off the horrifying moment of clarity when you would have to face yourself. This creates a perfect self-perpetuating downward spiral. The initial loss creates pain and regret. This pain fuels the irrational chase, which is justified by the gambler's fallacy. This desperation leads you to take bigger risks, driven by loss aversion. These bigger risks lead to even more devastating losses. These greater losses create an even more unbearable pain. And so the cycle repeats, spinning faster and faster, pulling you deeper and deeper into the abyss of debt and despair. And where does this spiral end? It ends only when there is nothing left to bet. It ends when your credit cards are maxed out, your bank account is empty, and you have exhausted every possible avenue for more funds. The desperate digging stops only because your shovel has broken against the hard, unyielding rock of your financial reality. This moment of total crisis is terrifying, but it is also a gift. It is the moment the sliding stops. It is the moment you can finally begin to look for your footing. Now let us begin the work of finding that footing. The very first piece of solid ground you must find is the Stoic and economic principle of the sunk cost. You must, with the resolve of a surgeon cutting away a diseased limb, accept that the money is gone. It is a historical fact. It exists only in the past. It cannot be brought back. The chase is fueled entirely by the refusal to accept this fact. Your recovery begins the second you accept it. The Stoic practice of amor fati, loving one's fate, is crucial here. You must accept this new, painful reality as your unchangeable starting point. You must say to yourself, "This is where I am. The past is ashes. My work begins from here." This is not a passive resignation. It is an active, courageous, and profoundly empowering act. It is the act of dropping the massive weight of the past so that you have the strength to begin the climb into the future. The second piece of footing is to completely redefine what it means to win. For so long, your mind has been obsessed with one single victory condition, getting your financial score back to even. The Stoic move is to throw that scoreboard away. It is a false game. Your new scoreboard, your new definition of a win, is this: a single day lived without placing a bet. That is it. That is the new jackpot. You must shift the goalposts from an external, uncontrollable outcome, winning money, to an internal, controllable action, mastering your impulses. Every day that you choose not to bet, you are a winner. You are a champion. You are building the only kind of winning streak that truly matters. This redefinition of victory gives you a path to feeling successful and proud of yourself, starting today, even while you are deep in a financial hole. Let's take a moment to practice this. The chase is fueled by a number in your head, the specific amount you feel you need to win back to be whole again. It is the ghost that haunts you. I want you to acknowledge that number in your mind. And now, I want you to make a conscious decision to release it. In the comments below, I invite you to write the simple, powerful phrase, "I am letting go of my number." This is a declaration that you are abandoning the old scoreboard and starting a new game. The third piece of footing is the Stoic reserve clause. The chase is an obsessive, white-knuckled attachment to a specific outcome. The Stoic learns to act with detachment. You will now set a new goal to begin the path out of debt. But you will pursue this goal with a quiet, internal caveat: if nothing prevents me. This adds a layer of psychological armor to your efforts. You will do everything in your power, but you accept that the ultimate outcome is not entirely up to you. This mindset prevents the burnout and despair that can come with the long, slow process of debt repayment. If an unexpected expense occurs, if a setback happens, it does not shatter your resolve. You accept it as part of the journey. You have separated your disciplined effort, which you can be proud of, from the external result, which you cannot control. This makes your commitment to the climb resilient and sustainable. The fourth piece of footing is to consciously choose your pain. The chase is a frantic attempt to run from the sharp, immediate pain of your losses, but this running only leads you into the chronic, life-destroying suffering of more debt and despair. The Stoic understands that there are two kinds of pain in life: the voluntary discomfort of discipline and the involuntary suffering of regret. You must choose the former to avoid the latter. Yes, it will be uncomfortable to admit your problem. It will be painful to create a budget and see the numbers in black and white. It will be hard to face your creditors. But this is a clean, productive, and healing pain. It is the voluntary discomfort of setting a broken bone. It is the pain that leads to strength. It is infinitely preferable to the endless, involuntary suffering of sliding deeper into the hole, a pain that only leads to more pain. The fifth and final piece of footing you must establish is your why. You cannot and you will not endure the difficult climb out of a deep hole unless you have a powerful, compelling reason to do so. The chase provides a false why to win back the money. You must replace it with a true one. Why do you want to be free from this? Is it to restore the trust of your family? Is it to be a present and loving parent? Is it to reclaim your own self-respect and live a life of peace and integrity? You must define this new purpose. Write it down. Put it somewhere you can see it every day. This will be your true north. When the urge to chase returns, when you feel yourself slipping, you will look to this reason. It will be the source of your strength. It will be the anchor that holds your footing firm. A person with a strong enough why can bear almost any how. Now that your footing is secure, the path out can begin. The first step on this path is a courageous act of assessment. You must turn on the lights. You must, with the spirit of a Stoic auditor, list out every single debt you owe, down to the last penny. You cannot defeat an enemy you are unwilling to look at. This act of radical honesty, of seeing the full scope of the problem without illusion, is the beginning of your power over it. The next step is to create a plan. The specifics can vary. Some use a debt snowball method, others a debt avalanche. The tactic is less important than the Stoic principle behind it, breaking an overwhelming and terrifying problem into a series of small, manageable, and controllable steps. You're not trying to climb the entire mountain in a day. You are focusing only on the very next step, the very next dollar, and then begins the daily climb. You must reframe this process. You are not being punished for your past mistakes. You are engaged in a noble, virtuous, and heroic act of rebuilding. Every dollar you earn that goes towards a debt is a victory. Every temptation you resist is a triumph of your character. You are not just paying off a balance, you are forging a new identity, one disciplined choice at a time. The climb is not a sentence, it is your salvation. And as you climb, something remarkable happens. The abyss of debt below you gets smaller, the air gets cleaner, the light gets brighter. A new feeling begins to emerge, one you have not felt in a very long time. It is not the false, frantic hope of the chase. It is a quiet, steady, and deeply authentic hope. It is the true hope that is born not from a lucky spin, but from the sweat of your own disciplined effort. You are no longer sliding, you are climbing. And so we see the truth. The chase is a lie. It is a slippery slope, baited with the false promise that you can undo the past. It leads only to ruin. The only way out is to stop. To find your footing in the timeless, solid ground of Stoic principles, to accept the past, redefine your victory, and begin the noble, one-step-at-a-time climb towards a better future. The chase is a path to slavery. The climb is the path to freedom. Thank you for your immense courage in facing this truth today. This is the hardest climb a person can make, and you do not have to do it alone. To get continued support, encouragement, and wisdom for your journey, please subscribe to our channel and like this video. The slippery slope will always be there, whispering for you to take the easy way down. But the solid ground of your own character is also there waiting. Will you continue to chase, or will you choose right now to begin the climb?